Alright, we should be live. Fun. Right. That is. Right. Evening, everyone. So, tonight we are doing. We are starting Metal Gear Solid, but more specifically, I have chosen to do. I've chosen, instead of doing the normal PlayStation 1 game, which is more likely to be the game that everyone else who would stream the game would do. I've decided to do um, I've decided I want to do the shit, crap. That probably just stopped. I've decided to do the GameCube version. Hat's uneven now, but I am too lazy to fix it. Anyway, actually gonna let that. Yeah, so we're doing the Twin Snakes. And also, because I tend to be a fucking idiot, I also have the um
It's been a long time, Snake.
have a death count.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
Snake. Straight to the point as always.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Yes.
Sorry if they were a little rough with you, but we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter, the unit's chief medic, an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian.
That's a good.
Huh.
Sorry about that.
What's the
Shifting
shot
some things
for?
around.
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
Snake, listen up. About 5 hours ago, an island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago called Shadow Moses Island was occupied by Special Ops soldiers.
What soldiers?
Next
I
Generation
just
Special
said
Forces,
special
led by
ops.
members of Unit
Are you
Foxhound.
not listening?
They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You have two objectives. First, infiltrate the nuclear weapons disposal facility and rescue the two
Find the other one, but
hostages.
it's not gonna help
They are
me.
DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and Kenneth Baker, president of ArmsTech.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Yep.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
I got a
Questions?
few, but
I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you
questions
can make up your
count
mind
as one.
after you hear
Fuck.
more about the situation.
Oh, there's my remote.
Tell me about the nuclear weapon disposal facility.
The disposal facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So, someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back. Sounds like a spy movie.
Yeah, no shit.
What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes, within a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
Launch?
Same as a torpedo. Only this has no propulsion device of its own. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it.
You know,
From
sometimes
there
I forget
on,
about that.
you'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Yes.
Don't worry. That suit represents the latest advances in polythermal technology.
Or so I've heard.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
No.
As always, this is a one-man sneaking mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP.
Yes.
Oh,
This
right.
is
I
a
forgot I
top
can move the
secret black
camera here.
op. Don't expect any official support.
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24 hours.
Do they say what the
Oh.
target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the target.
When did the countdown start?
5 hours ago.
Look at that. Campbell ass. How many of these fucking videos are there? Welcome to Metal Gear Solid, the game that... one of the games that is 90% movie and 10% game. I love this franchise, I really do. But at the same time, it's like, man...
Colonel, who are you speaking for?
Naturally, I'm representing the U.S. government.
So who's in supervisory control of this operation?
The President of the United States.
So there's a lot of crap hitting fans in the White House basement.
Yep.
No. At this point, they're still video conferencing with each other.
If that's a real nuclear warhead, shouldn't they issue a COG?
Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry. Yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Yes, and so is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
They'll be sending us some support.
We don't need desk jockeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist.
Of course. A nuclear weapons specialist has already been assigned to us.
What the hell's going on? Weird. Yeah, welcome to the Metal Gear Solid stream, where I spend the first 10 fucking minutes
We need backup
not
from
even
a
playing the
specialist.
game.
I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I know. That's why I've requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko. She'll be providing you backup by codec.
A female analyst?
She's built up an impressive record as an advisor for the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. Contact her if you have any questions. She's also an expert on high-tech weapons.
Where's she working from?
Her home in Los Angeles.
California? California's a lot different than this place.
It just keeps going.
Colonel, you're retired. Why are you involved in this?
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Is that the only reason?
I've been soldiering for a long time. I don't know anything else. I guess even though I'm getting a little old, I still love to be in the field.
Colonel, you're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
Okay, Snake. Sorry. I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
What was your niece doing there?
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt, and my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
She looks like you.
She's my little brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War, and since then I've been watching after her.
A personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
I'm retired. I'm just an old man now. And I'm your friend.
Since when are we
I don't
friends?
remember us being friends.
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar land.
Haven't you had enough of a moody bastard like me?
No, that's the part of you I trust. Please, Snake. Save my niece, Meryl.
All right, but I have two conditions.
Name them.
1. No more secrets between us. I want complete disclosure at all times. And 2, I'll only accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing.
What?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I understand, Colonel.
I'm spending. I'm gonna have like 30 minutes of actual gameplay tonight. I just know it.
That doctor, is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's gene therapy. She knows more about those men than anyone else.
So, she's used to seeing men naked.
Make no mistake. I'm not a nurse. I am a scientist.
By the way, what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Nanomachines?
Not just one kind either. There are different types which will replenish the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
Now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some nootropics in there.
Say what?
Nootropics, a class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Yes. It's a type of stimulant. It'll keep you alert and responsive for 12 straight hours.
That was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Those nanomachines will also keep your Codex batteries charged up.
I guess I can call you when I'm ready to go on a diet.
You're welcome.
I love this game.
The chief of DARPA and the president of an arms manufacturing company. What business did they have at a nuclear weapons disposal facility?
The truth is that secret exercises were being conducted at the time the terrorist group attacked.
Must be extremely important exercises if those two were directly involved. Were they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
Do we know exactly where they're being held?
The DARPA chief has also been injected with a mini-transmitter. As you get closer, you should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile?
That's why we're sending you.
They say they do. They even gave us the serial number of the warhead they plan to use.
Is it a real
Was the
serial
number confirmed?
I'm afraid so. At the very least, they've got their hands on a real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism?
Yes. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL, which uses a discrete detonation code.
How?
Permissive Action Link. The safety control system built into all nuclear weapon systems. But even so, we can't rest easy.
Why not?
Because the DARPA chief knows the detonation code.
But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be
What the hell
dismantled.
is going on with Naomi
It's not
in the
that easy
background
to get
there?
your hands on an ICBM.
That used to be true. But since the end of the Cold War, you can get anything if you can pay the money.
I know I'm using an HDMI adapter for my GameCube, which is how I have the game in widescreen, but at the same time, it's like she looks like she
How
was
well
flipping
armed are
through
these
her
terrorists? I know there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted.
They're
supposed to
heavily
happen.
armed, I'm afraid.
What about their battle experience?
The 6 in charge are plenty tough. After all, they're foxhound people.
Hey, you're gonna make me blush.
The others are next-generation special forces. They're not your average grunts either.
I think the funniest thing would be if I actually
So
turn
what
my
exactly
webcam
are
on
they
right now.
demanding?
A
show the world that
person's
I'm actually
remains.
secretly playing Metal Gear Solid with the
Remains?
fucking Donkey Kong manga.
That's right. To be more accurate, cell specimens which contain the individual's genetic information.
Ah, bullshit.
Cell
Got it.
specimens? Why would they want that?
The terrorists need them. You see, these next-generation special forces have been strengthened through gene therapy.
Genes? Strengthened?
You've heard of the Human Genome Project. They've been mapping the human genome and they're nearly finished. Following up on this research, the military has been working towards identifying those genes which are responsible for making effective soldiers.
There are genes that do that?
Yes, and using gene therapy, they're able to transplant those genes into regular soldiers.
Gene therapy?
I'll explain this part. With gene therapy, it becomes easy to remove genes that cause sickness and disease, or, alternatively, to splice in additional genetic material.
Ah, so it is scientific bullshit.
In other words, we can overcome all sorts of genetic diseases and at the same time add genetic characteristics as desired.
Okay, and so if you knew what genes were responsible for making the perfect soldier, you could implant them in the same way, right?
Yes,
Theoretically.
we could.
But it all depends on being able to isolate and identify those soldier genes.
And in order to do that, it's helpful if you can study the genetic information of one of the greatest soldiers ever.
It just keeps going. This is all optional too. I don't have to show this, I'm just
One of the
choosing
greatest
to.
soldiers ever.
The man they called the greatest warrior of the 20th century.
You don't mean Big Boss?
That's right. We've been working feverishly to identify the genes responsible for his incredible combat skill. So far, we've discovered about 60 of the so-called soldier genes.
So his body was recovered after all.
Yes, and his cells have remained frozen in a cryo-chamber. His genetic
Despite the fact
information
that it doesn't
is a
make sense
priceless
because
treasure to mankind.
in Metal Gear 2, we were
Priceless
just
to the
burned
military,
alive,
perhaps.
so.
His body was burned severely, but it was possible to restore his DNA profile from just a single strand of his hair.
Oh, heck, it's like some kind of dinosaur theme park. And you're gonna put these genes into soldiers?
Yes. We'll use a process that I discovered called gene targeting. The strongest soldiers don't become what they are by acquiring their skills through training or experience. We now know that hereditary factors are far more crucial for creating superior soldiers.
Snake, we can't hand over his body. It's more strategically
that actually
important than
sounds even
any
more
weapon of
bullshit.
mass destruction.
I hear the terrorists are calling themselves the Sons of Big Boss.
The Sons of Big Boss. Tell me about these next-generation special forces.
They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency search team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they were added, that is.
Who's they?
These guys didn't start out as regular army.
Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries?
Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard. And after Big Boss went down, The military just bought out all their contracts.
Outer heaven.
After that, they were merged with our own VR unit Force 21 and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-generation special forces should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience.
Soldiers of the video game generation, huh?
Don't forget they've all been strengthened with gene therapy. They carry genes which make them excellent soldiers. Don't get
They
careless
use
just because they don't have
VR.
much experience.
I thought international law
think.
banned the military use of genetic therapy.
Yes, but those are
Theoretically.
just declarations, not actual treaties.
The interesting thing is that nearly every member of the unit conspired in this attack.
How can an entire unit be subverted to rebellion?
They're calling it a revolution.
Fairly easily.
Since they all went through the same gene therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family.
The sons of Big Boss. But if they were regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors.
According to their files, they all got straight A's on their psychological tests. They all seemed like fine, upstanding, patriotic soldiers.
Again,
But they all took part in the uprising?
No. Several people didn't show up on the day of the exercise. That's why there was a resupply of troops.
Was there any sign recently that something might be wrong?
There was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely.
Apparently they consulted classified information about the soldier genes and performed their own gene therapy experiments.
They can do that, even without you?
Well, our gene therapy process is almost completely automated, and besides that, they're all geniuses with IQs over 180.
Even the existence of this genome army is a national secret of the highest order. We had been hoping to investigate this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors.
We're almost done. Can I move on to the game soon?
High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound, your former unit, and one that I was the commander of. An elite group combining firepower and expertise. They're every bit as good as when I was commanding them.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise.
It.
Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter.
Huh. Sounds like a bunch of cartoon characters.
And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound Squad Leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
Yes, and you're the only person who can stand against him.
More specifically, you're the only person the government is willing to send in to stand against him.
Liquid Snake?
Liquid Snake,
Yes.
the man who shares your
that.
code name. The solid versus the liquid.
Tell me what you know.
He fought in the Gulf War as a teenager, the youngest person in the SAS. His job was to track down and destroy mobile Scud missile launching platforms. You were there too, I believe. Didn't you infiltrate western Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets?
I did something.
I was just a kid myself back then.
The details are classified, but it seems that originally he penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS.
He was a spy for the British Secret Intelligence Service?
But he never once showed his face in Century House. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that there was no trace of him for several years. After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Foxhound.
I thought that by the time I left, they were no longer using code names.
I don't know his real name. That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it. Here's a photo of him.
Looks like an asshole.
Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, but otherwise, you two are exact duplicates.
Skin tone
I have
is
a twin.
different. I don't know.
I don't know the details, but it seems so. That's why we really need you
remember it
for
being
this
different.
mission.
You're the only one who can beat him.
You know, theoretically, because
Now that I've met you,
again,
I know.
it's not like
You've got something that he doesn't.
Why don't I find that thought more comforting?
because there's a lot of details that we're not sharing with you and won't be revealed until, like, I guess disc 2 of the game?
I need to borrow your scissors.
What are you going to do?
Don't worry. Just gonna clean myself up a little.
Huh?
I don't want to be mistaken for the leader of the terrorists.
Oh, thank God, we can actually start playing. And by start playing, I mean, watch another cutscene. This one's not as long, so. Oh, right, the opening doesn't... Oh. I would go back and show the opening, but I don't feel like it. We've already sat through 30 minutes of cutscenes, and that's just another 2 minutes? I don't remember how long it is. The point is, I don't want to... The point is, I don't want to go back and watch it. Besides, all the opening does is just recap what we just heard. So yeah, you're not missing much.
Stay alert. She'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
I'm using a wireless controller and actually disconnected. So sorry about
This
that.
is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, Push the pause button and then the A button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the pause button and then the A button to receive the call. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I don't even know how that makes sense. I mean, it does. It's just fucking weird. Woo! Free ration! Also, the radar is really weird because of the widescreen, and I don't know why. I mean, to be fair, some of the textures themselves are a little weird with widescreen. But I'm thinking that's because the game's not meant for widescreen. Oh shit.
Who's there?
You heard nothing?
Is there somebody there?
No. Ah, of course. Oh, wait. What's that? Oh, God.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You'd better hide somewhere.
That's what I've been doing. Oops, shit. Okay, good. And if I remember correctly, I think the guard's on that, so I gotta be careful.
Who is
Shit!
that?
You see nothing?
Enemy sighted. Requesting backup unit.
You still see nothing? Ow. Ow. Fuck. And that is one death. Ah, ah.
Snake, answer me! Snake!
Ah, ah. For the record, the only reason I'm going for this ration is because I know it's here. I know it's gonna help me. Yes, Campbell, I know I need to hide.
Who's that?
Ah, man, who is that?
Something over there. Who's there?
Come on. There we go. Took about 15 fucking minutes, but I finally got on the fucking elevator. Woo! I only died twice. Oh. Oh, fuck.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
It took a long time. I guess you're feeling a little rusty.
Don't
Oh,
worry.
shut up, you.
It's been a while, but it's all coming back to me.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and
Yeah, it's
dry,
alright.
but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy. I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I
Oh,
see.
good.
I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
Yeah, that's actually a good question, Snake.
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed.
Can do. I'm gonna get all the fucking noticed.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, he must be crazy to fly hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you two yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Can do.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so... cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be
I'm
bored
serious,
for
you're
the next
fucking
18
adorable.
hours.
What's this? I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake? But I'm surprised. I didn't think you'd be so frank.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
It does, doesn't it? Well, let's get to know each other better. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First,
I'll try.
I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
I don't know
Seriously,
if it's
Snake.
because
We're here
it's
to
been a
back
while,
you
but
up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm
Mei
also
Ling
in
sounds
charge of your
different.
mission data. Contact me if you want me to save your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember,
Don't worry, I've already
except
forgotten
for
it.
your binoculars, you need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll
Gross,
hold you
but
to
I'll
that,
hold you to
Doctor.
it.
By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
You don't
In my
want to know.
stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never
They
know.
won't. I mean, they will. They're actually helpful for a specific part of the game, but
If you
we
want to
just like
get
to
in,
smoke.
there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
Yeah, I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in.
What about the air
I mean, I
duct near
could
the door?
theoretically.
One sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
All right. Don't worry, I plan on letting you down. Don't you mean not letting me down? I know what I said. My controller fucking turned off then. Cutscene was that fucking long. Alright. I mean, the goal right now is to...
A surveillance camera.
That's not good. Of course. You see nothing? Why are you... You're being shot at. Why are you walking? So where is that airbag? Yeah, fine, I'm going upstairs. Ah, there's the internet. Inconspicuous. Inconspicuous. Uh, it's very fucking accurate. I cannot see shit. Oh, this way. Alright, fine.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master,
Yo.
what are you doing here?
I quit being a boot camp instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you. So call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
Don't worry, I plan on forgetting to call you. You kind of don't need to call him. I think my original playthrough, I spent the entire game and never called him once.
I moved the DARPA chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
Oh, they just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Did something happen?
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah, and they say he's using stealth, too.
I don't remember
Stealth.
killing anybody.
There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail on the chief.
Oh, right, the other person that's here. Or some. Oh, wait! I know who they're talking about. Vaguely. There's like no fucking visibility in these fucking guys. First part is I think I'm playing the game on easy. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah. Oh. I'm not here, you don't see me. Yeet. You know, that was actually completely unintentional.
Something over there.
It's the intruder. Stay on guard.
Send a replacement guard for the area.
Understood. Reinforcements are on the way to the first floor of the tank hangar. Exercise extreme caution.
There we go. Hang on. Alright. What now?
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
How? Green dot. Yeah. Trust me, I've stopped caring. Besides, I vaguely know what I'm doing. You lied through his teeth.
The damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy. That woman is built all right.
These guys are supposed to be geniuses. I don't believe you. Nice. That was the wrong way. Hey, look, a female.
A woman. Not him. Huh?
Who's that?
Don't worry, I'm here to save
I'm
you.
here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
Theoretically, yes.
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent in here to save your worthless butt.
Really?
You're welcome.
It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, it sounds bullshit, but
Sweet Jesus.
to be honest, it's not like they really tell me anything.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
Meanwhile, in the cell next door...
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for the keeping of dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
That's the official story. Got it. We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A truly historical weapon.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Yeah, that sounds bullshit. I mean, I'll take your word for it, but I also don't believe
Metal
you.
Gear. Can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past.
Long story.
So that's
buddy.
the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
Well, I can think of a few reasons.
I'd heard that the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data, and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
I've noticed.
Metal Gear Rex, the code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping nuclear weapons.
Hey, shut up in there, will ya?
Sounds about right.
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL. Yes, of course. There is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker, the president of ArmsTech?
That's right.
Of course.
Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound.
Weren't you
He
briefed
has
on this
psychic
earlier,
powers.
Snake?
This is bad.
You're telling me.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes. They'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
Blow up the nuke
What?
before they can launch
The card
it.
keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that...
Yes, you can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the card keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him into an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes. They cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door.
No, thanks.
It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as a transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha.
Ah!
Okay.
Scientific
I'm gonna get you out of
mumbo-jumbo.
here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
Gotta be perfectly
No.
honest, they haven't really told me much.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So, does the White House plan to give in to the terrorist demands?
That's
What
their
part of
problem.
they haven't
It has
told me
nothing to do
anything
with
happens
my
is not
orders.
here.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
You know, I think he might be having a heart attack, Snake. Hold on.
Huh? What's that? Hey, what happened?
I don't know why this just looks so fucking hokey to me. I mean, to be fair, the cutscenes in Twin Snakes, which is the version I'm playing, cutscenes in this version tend to be a little more ridiculous, to say the least. But,
Huh. Dead.
I probably should have done something instead of standing there and watching him die. Well, too bad I don't know CPR. Or how to stop a heart attack. Or whatever the hell just happened.
Naomi, the chief, what happened?
I don't know.
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but
A heart attack? No!
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not, Snake. You've got
I
to
mean,
understand. This
how
counter-terrorist
didn't
op
he see
is
what
security
happened?
level red. You'll need the highest security clearance to learn the real
That still doesn't
story.
make sense to me.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of
Yeah, that sounds
Defense
alright.
is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Fine, fine. Well, we'll probably be searching the room soon, so, Oh, hell yeah, a ration. I don't know why a ration would be hidden under the bed, but, I'm not complaining. Alright, they said the guy was in the 2nd level basement.
don't move.
So you killed the chief, you bastard!
I didn't touch him.
Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I actually
Can you
want
shoot me,
that gun.
rookie?
Careful.
So, I'm gonna
no
take it
rookie.
off of you.
Liar. Your eyes wander. There's no confidence in them. The eyes of a rookie. You've never shot a person, have you?
You talk too much.
That's
You haven't
beside
even
the point.
taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
I
Why?
don't feel like it.
So we can get the hell out of
Looks like
here.
it'll be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot!
Wait, shit. Do I have the gun equipped? Nope. No, I do not. There we go. Oh, this looks so hokey. Oh, for fuck's sake. You have a gun! Shoot them! Alright, that's on me. I'm not gonna...
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie!
Stop acting
telling
like a
you,
rookie.
Shoot!
Thank you. Ooh, ah! Oh. Ow. Ow. Okay, I think that's all of them. I'm like 80% sure. Though we should probably get out of here just to be safe.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
That is a nice ass.
Who are you? You fool! You've killed him! I'm sorry, sir. His mental shielding was very strong. I went into his mind. Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Well, there's a chance it could.
Boss, I have a goodie. Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psychomantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So, that was Mantis.
Alright then, weird. That's the elevator. Can't go there. Nothing in there. Well, that was a waste of time. Right. Bullets. And a bullet. Right. But yeah, so one of the many things about Twin Snakes is the fact that it's basically the first game remade to include features from that was a waste of time. To include features from Metal Gear Solid 2, which is weird that it was only on GameCube, because I don't think Nintendo got any. Like, they got this, but they didn't get any other major Metal Gear game. I don't think Nintendo Systems got a Metal Gear game until, like, never mind. I don't think they got another Metal Gear game until, the 3DS remake of MGS3. Which is a little disappointing, because, it's a halfway decent remake. Well, I say halfway decent. It's not amazing. It functions. Using smokes, because there is a trapdoor. the other one. The 3DS remake doesn't run particularly well, which is a disappointment. And in my opinion, it's one of the bigger downsides of that remake, because it's outside of it not running super well on 3DS, it's a halfway decent remake. Right, then that didn't work. Yeah. No. I know there's like a specific area that I'm gonna have to blow up. Does not help that I'm not seeing it. Ah, there we go. Get Thomas first. Get Thomas first. Right, well, C4. Ah, Sonic Grenades, nice. That'll help. There we go. Hey, someone's actually watching. Hi. For the record, the death counter is because, let me be perfectly honest, I'm fucking idiot. Like so. Ow. Oh, joy, it didn't even fucking work. Alright. That's again. I'm going to assume I actually need C4. Which might be a problem. Fuck. Yeah, this is what happens when I... Full. What the?
What's wrong? Snake!
Gonna be perfectly honest, I don't know what happened.
What's wrong? Snake!
I saw that hole there too. That's the worst part. Alright, good thing the C4 replenishes when every time I get it in and out. I go in and out of this room. I guess. That's good. I'm curious what fucking killed him. Okay. Alright, then, I don't remember which one of these ways I have to go. Ah, that way, I guess. And what's this? Oh! This is where I have to go. I'm gonna fucking die, I just know it.
Am I too late? He's alive.
Well, that's...
You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth
I
Baker,
can't
right?
tell if it's good or not.
Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
Don't touch it!
C4!
You know, you'd think you'd notice.
Right. Touch that wire and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
Revolver Ocelot.
And you? Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver. Ocelot. I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake.
Hey,
Now
look,
we'll see if the man can live up to the legend.
I'm gonna fucking die, I just know it. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die a couple times.
This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army.
It's alright.
6 bullets. More than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver.
I will in a second. Is when shoot him when he's reloading. Or you can just fucking die. Ow.
I love to love you now.
Ah, shit. Fuck! I'm gonna make it to 10 fucking deaths, I just know it. Alright, one sec, I'm gonna swap out controllers. Nice. My wired one's being a little wonky, and I think it's mostly the analog stick, and I don't like using the D-pad on the GameCube controller, because the D-pad on the GameCube controller fucking sucks. Ah! There we go, double digit deaths.
Snake, what happened? Snake!
Worst part is, ow. Ah, fucking.
The old man's not gonna last too long.
Ow, fuck. There we go, that's what I was hoping for. Alright, fucking. Let me try something.
Is everything all right, Snake?
No, but that's beside the point.
Don't die, Snake.
I make no promises.
Hiding won't help you. A gun's power. See.
Oh. Oh. There, fuck! Ah!
Snake, what happened?
Oh, I almost had him. Ah!
Snake, answer me! Snake! Snake!
Yeah, I've noticed that myself.
Wait a minute.
Fucking hell.
There you are.
Hmm. I mean, at this point, I'm just determined to actually kill
What's
Ocelot,
wrong?
or not
Snake!
kill him, but finish him off. Ow! Fuck! Ah! 18 deaths, 18 fucking deaths in one playthrough. And I'm on the other first boss. Alright. No! I don't want to die again. Come on, I've almost got him. Fuck.
Snake! What happened? Snake!
You know, I am curious about something.
All right. I'm alive again. Let's go. Better hurry up. The old man's not going to too long. I love to reload during a battle. I love.
Ah, shit! God, I can... Fucking hell. Shit!
I'll help you. Just give us a muzzle lock. Hiding. A gun's.
Right, I think at this point, I think I've died enough times to make this embarrassing. So, I'm gonna quickly... First off, I'm gonna check something. I'm gonna see if this boots me... No, I don't need a mission log. Because it should theoretically... Yep, that sounds alright. Okay. Alright, no. That's... I don't want to deal with that. Right, I don't know, maybe I'm just gonna feel embarrassed for a while about that. Anyway, but yeah, it's 20 past, and I just kind of went over. Right, I'm hopefully I'm gonna continue tomorrow. I need to figure out what's going on. I need to actually attempt to be better at this game. Ages since I played it, so. Anyway, but yeah, I will see everyone tomorrow for more Metal Gear. Hopefully, I won't suck as much as I did tonight. But I make no promises.